Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today we've got another Dimash reaction. Today's is one that was recommended, 6 times on the song request form.
At least.
And on every single Dimash video that we've done so far, this one has been requested in the comments as well. And so today's is Sinful Passion. Now I don't know almost anything about this song. I've read a little bit of the lyrics, but that was only to make sure that the translations lined up with the captions, because I mean, you know, in our last video, I think the captions weren't lining up at all, and then we had to look at the lyrics afterwards.
Right.
So I looked at them a little bit just to make sure the captions and the lyrics lined up, and they looked like they did. But just in case, I do have the lyrics down here, so we can
so I don't have to go
right, so we can look down here as well. But this was one that was recommended a bunch of times from you guys, and yeah, here we are.
Yep.
So anything you want to add before we get going?
I have no idea what this thing is about. All I know is that it's Dimash,
Yeah.
and so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Alrighty, guys, let's get started.
Казахстан всегда гордился и гордится своими талантами. Сейчас на сцену выйдет представитель уже нового поколения казахстанских звезд. Парень раньше нас, друзья, с вами понял, где больше зрителей, поехал в Китай. И, между прочим, там, внимание, победил в проекте «Голос». В Китае человек из Казахстана победил с хитом А-студио «Грешная любовь». Впервые на новой волне. Прорыв года. Димаш Кудайбергенов.
С песней «Грешная страсть».
Sinful Passion. Captions look like they're lining up so far. Probably just jinxed it.
Ты явилась нежданно, как из лунного сна. О, если б знала ты, что мне нужна, только ты одна. Линии долгие лилии, были ночи без сна, но в стуже сердце озарила, как весна. Только ты одна. Дай мне долгим огнем пылать в мгле и в ненастье. Дай мне ночью и днем сгорать в костре грешной страсти. Ночь сомкнула ресницы, и вокруг тишина. Забыты звуки, руки, лица. Мне нужна только ты одна. Околдован тобою, выпью зелье до дна. И ты вернешь меня из бездны в этот мир. Только ты одна. Долгим огнем пылать в мгле и в ненастье. Дай мне
Wow.
Kylo Ren is on the piano, by the way. Wow.
I'd love to be at one of his concerts.
Видел бы эту картину Басков сейчас. Боюсь, у Коли был бы сердечный приступ. Димаш Кудайбергенов, аплодисменты!
Спасибо большое. С вашего позволения, я бы хотел бы сказать пару слов и выразить огромную благодарность группе «Астуди» и Байгали аға, сізге үлкен рахмет за то, что вдохновляете нашу молодежь и за то, что воспитываете правильное музыкальное направление. Счастья вам! Приезжайте в Казахстан, мы вас любим очень!
Димаш Кудайбергенов.
Аплодисменты.
Я сейчас не могу с собой унести. Спасибо!
На сцену приглашаются профессиональные сочинские носильщики, чтобы унести цветы Димаша Кудайбергенова.
That's funny.
Yeah. Wow.
So different than what I'm used to hearing,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll tell you, it was cool. I will tell you, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I got the gist of the meaning of the song because what was showing on the captions was not what was showing on here.
Yeah, the website.
But it meant the same.
Yeah, the website that I had up had 4 different versions of the lyrics.
Right.
And so it's kind of like 4 different translations of like the Bible or something like that.
That's what I was thinking.
whole, like the meaning is still there.
the meaning
It's
was
just the
still there.
words are a little bit different. But
The meaning was still
the
there.
meaning was still there.
What I thought, and I don't know if you caught this, but I do think you said, "Oh wow!"
Yeah.
At the time, was when he went into the non-lyrical part,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and he hit that high note.
Yeah.
Did you hear the reverb
Yeah.
on that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after it was, you know,
Yeah.
they still had it. They still had it going.
Yeah, and that's when
That's-
I wrote down, I said control in his vocals. Because he controls it and he centers it and it's not all over the place. You know, it's just
Right.
here and then here and then here and it's just all controlled so well.
I give the musicians credit for not getting lost and listening to him.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, as they were doing their thing and as we were seeing him do their thing, and they were all, I mean, all the eyes were like over on him.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm going to play according to what he's doing.
Right. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And that's a lot of
the-
times
and the-
as musicians that's what you have to
the
do.
But I give them, but he would be so
Yeah.
easy to, because
was.
because they know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and if any of them are like amazed with his vocals, I mean, they obviously are. Otherwise, they wouldn't be.
Right,
You know,
right, yeah,
they
yeah.
wouldn't be with him. But you know, I can imagine the first couple of times that they were doing that and having somebody go, cut. Why did you play your part? Oh man,
I was listening to him.
I was listening to him.
Yeah,
You know,
I've been in that situation a couple of times
Yeah,
with my
I-
jazz ensemble group.
I have too.
And if we had a vocalist going, and of course, I was a trumpet player, so we were always in the background. If you couldn't tell I was a trumpet player, take a look at my shirts that I always wear. Yeah, exactly. So we were always in the background, and there were a bunch of times where I got lost if there was a soloist or a vocalist or whatever, and I would get lost listening to them, and I wouldn't get my pickups because it's so easy to do that.
Easy so to do that. So I give them props.
Right. So I wouldn't want. For that reason only, I mean, it would be a privilege if, to play for Dimash, but I wouldn't want to because of that reason, because I'd probably be lost, and then I wouldn't, it would completely defeat the purpose.
I mean, and it was cool for him to, like any other star or any other act with class, okay, the acts with class typically stop and introduce the band or say thank you to the musicians or whatever, which is what he did, and he did it in a very classy way of doing it, in regard to, hey, this isn't all me. I wouldn't sound I would only sound half as good if I didn't have these guys behind me. So I thought that was pretty classy as well.
And then he's got his humor behind him saying, guys, I can't take all these flowers with me right now. So I thought that was funny.
So anyway, but the song itself, as far as Sinful Passion is concerned, sometime in my future life, I would love to be playing that song with somebody.
When I'm not here.
Yeah, not with you.
No.
So pretty song, how he presented it. Obviously, it was passionate.
Yeah. And then at the end there, when he was, it was just a pretty, for me, it was a pretty song. Yeah. And then at the end there, when he was talking about the many young talents and musicians that are out there now, that was an interesting.
Well, thank you for leading. For whoever the musical director was and whatnot, for leading these young talents in the right, direction.
Yeah. Right, because if not, we wouldn't be hearing, like Aurora or Angelina Jordan or, any of the other young artists that are out there. We wouldn't be hearing any of them.
But you got to remember, right now, these guys are, all the ones that you mentioned, have not been. Let's see what happens once they really. Let's see what happens in the next few years. If they've held to their convictions of who they are, or if they become a label. For example, we've heard this in a lot of our other reactions with different rock bands. How fresh they were, how pure they were. They were doing their thing. They were doing great, and then they got stuck with a label, or they got stuck with a manager that said, no. You've got to do it according to what the industry does. And and these guys or gals rebelled. And maybe had to take it their own way on their own or whatever. And we've done a number of those. These guys right now, they're fresh, they're pure, they're passionate. 5 years from now, I would love to be saying the same thing about them. Okay, that maybe they do have to follow some guidelines. Okay, that somebody throws out there, but if they can stay as true to themselves, if he can stay true to himself, to where all of a sudden he doesn't become corporate. And
that's what everyone. I know this isn't the topic of the video, but I'm going to use her as an example with Angelina. She just signed to Republic Records. That's what everybody is hoping doesn't happen to her.
That they keep her as fresh and pure as they can.
Exactly.
Because that's who she is. And this is who Dimash is. Okay? And, and as I listen to him and as he goes on, I want to, my hope, is that for all of his, for us, for all of his dears, that he stays the Dimash that we all know and love. Okay? And stays as humble as, there's only one person that really comes to mind, who has stayed true to his roots.
Who?
Garth Brooks. Okay.
Yeah.
In regard to, did he have to go corporate? Or he obviously went corporate, but he got to a point where he said, and he's doing his
own
Garth.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Because he had to be true to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear the humbleness and everything when he's making his audience comments and things like that.
Right.
And that's what I'm looking for out of these young talents, Dimash, especially if he can stay there. Man, I'll be following him for a long time.
Gotcha.
So
All right. You all set?
Chop chop.
All set to go into the announcements?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all.
Alrighty guys, remember we do have our Discord. That link is in the description below. If you're not sure what Discord is, it's another server, it's another platform. Basically a big group chat where everyone can get together, talk to one another. We can have audio calls, voice calls, listen to music together, stuff like that. Just all around have a really fun time, so make sure you check that out. Again, that link is in the description. Remember guys, we do have our daily Facebook videos. That username has popped up on your screen by now. You can type in @TheBassP or search The Bass Player on Facebook, follow our page, and they'll just start coming up in your news feed. So if you would like to see us more or so every day versus the 3 or 4 a week that we've been doing recently, Facebook is a great way to do that, so make sure you check that out. We do have our P.O. Box if you'd like to send us anything. That information has popped up on your screen by now and will always be down in the description below, as well as the request form that is down in the description below. This was in the request form like a bunch of times.
6 times.
Yeah, it was also
6
in a
times.
bunch of comments, but we did see this one on the request form. A lot of the times if we see something in the comments, we may not take it, or we may look over it, versus if it's in the request form. It's in the request form, then we have a more tendency to take it.
On our last Dimash. Dimash. on our last Dimash.
Yeah.
At this point, there are 1,600 comments.
Okay.
Okay, and probably in about 30 of those, okay, are requests, right? 1,600 comments.
30.
There's a request.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to keep
that's
track
why
of.
we're not. That's why it's hard
For us to take them out
find
of the
them.
comments,
So put them on
right?
the song request.
So we do, the song request form. You'll see the Google Forms link in the description. Please go there, click on that, put your request in.
Yeah.
No links, please. But other than that, put the artist and the song name, and we'll be happy to take a look at them.
Unless you're going to tell me who the link is.
Right.
If you just put a link in there,
We may
I'm
not.
probably
we're
not
gonna
gonna look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We do have our Teespring link down in the description below as well, guys. That's where you can get any of our merchandise, such as our classic TVP logos, our Eat, Sleep, React, Repeat merchandise. You've been seeing Dad wear his Defying the Odds since 2020 t-shirts. And we've got another one on there, a real funny one on there actually. And if you guys would like me to, I can make the current logo into a t-shirt, but that's only if you would like me to. I'm not going to put it out as everything else. Mugs and shirt and hoodies and all that. It'll just be out as a t-shirt. That's if you want me to. Comment down below if you would like me to. But if not, all the other merchandise is down there. Get yourself something cool. And make sure you come out on Friday nights to our live streams, because we do give out Teespring discount codes for those who show up on the live streams on Friday nights. I do get to thank the following patrons who have pledged to make this video possible, for being awesome and sticking with us. That'd be Hotface and Petro, Karen Barone, Sandy Thomas, Courtney Truax, Kula, Theresa Anderson, Dary S, and Jeffrey Kimball. Thank you so much for y'all's constant love and support of this channel and community, guys. We greatly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to everything that we've got planned for the future, so make sure you keep an eye on your dashboards for all the new and important stuff and announcements and everything that I'll be sending your way. And if you don't know what Patreon is, but you'd like to get connected, message me in the comments, email me, message me on social media, whatever it may be, and I will be happy to plug you in. But if Patreon is not quite your thing, or you don't want to be signed up for anything, we would like to donate to the channel. We do have our PayPal donation link down in the description below as well. We are not asking for donations, but they are always greatly appreciated if you would like to, and that is one way you can do it.
They help keep us up and running.
Yeah, exactly. And last but not least, guys, we do have our subscriber goal of 10,000. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. We greatly appreciate it. All of y'all who have not yet subscribed, we highly encourage you all to do so, not only so that you don't miss any videos such as this one, this awesome video, but you don't miss our live streams on Friday nights, community posts, anything else that we have going on here. You don't want to miss it. We guarantee that. So make sure you click that subscribe button down below. So anyway, anything else that I'm missing you'd like to add, or no?
We're good.
Alrighty, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smack that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.